Today's video is more of a reminder of how you are the operant power in your reality. And I wanted to make it a little more specific to your specific person because I'm getting a lot of messages and a lot of comments where a lot of you are very stuck in circumstances or things like, he told me this, he did this, she told me that, they treated me like this. So we need a reminder, I felt, that we are the operant powers in our lives. You guys, you specifically, are the operant power in your life. And that includes your relationship with your specific person, whatever that relationship might be right now. So let's dive into that. So a little reminder first on how the law works. And we're going to go a little bit into quantum physics. And let me guys remind you that all realities exist out there in the quantum field, the fourth dimension, it's the same thing. All realities exist, all realities, creation is finished, all realities are there. They're waiting for you to choose them. So what quantum physics tells us is that when a possibility is observed, it actually collapses into matter, into something material, into something that can be seen and heard and felt with our five senses. So what we're doing by applying the law is that we are choosing what possibility we want, what probability we want from the infinite number of realities there are out there. And we are focusing on it, we're observing it dominantly so that we collapse it, quote unquote, into reality so that we can experience it into our 3D. That is what the law is. That is what the law says. It's pretty simple. So who then is the dominant observer? Who is on the driver's seat? Who is the person who determines what is being observed, what we're focusing on, where our attention is going? That person is you. And that is exactly why I'm telling you and why all these coaches are telling you and why Neville told you and why all these law authors told you that you are the operant power in your reality. Because you are the only one who determines and decides what you observe in your reality, what you put your attention on, what you put your focus on, what you put your energy on. So it's no different when it comes to a specific person. The law is the same with every manifestation. You are up against some unfavorable circumstances. You are up against something that you see as opposing your desire. You are up against something that you feel is an insurmountable obstacle to your relationship with your SP or to where you want to be in your relationship with them. The reason things are showing up the way they are showing up right now is because in the recent past, and maybe even in the distant past, it might be happening for a long time, you've been putting your attention and your focus dominantly on the things that you don't want. You are seeing something that you don't want in the 3D reality, you observe it, you dwell on it, you focus on it, you discuss it, you think about it over and over and over and over again, and it ends up establishing itself in your 3D. It ends up manifesting. That's very simply what is happening. So the reason why the circumstances are however they are, you might be in no contact. They might have told you they hate you and they don't want to speak to you again. They might be with another person. You might be apart and separated. You might just be friends with benefits and you might want more commitment and they're not giving it to you. Maybe you are together in a relationship, but you feel like it's going very slowly and it's not going anywhere. There's a bazillion different scenarios, but if your circumstances are not what you ideally prefer, I guarantee you it is because you have put your dominant focus and your dominant observation on things and circumstances and behaviors that you don't prefer, that you don't like. And you have dwelled on those. You have persisted on those and they have manifested in your 3D. So then you see that you're still the operant power even if you're manifesting unwanted things. I know it sounds counterproductive, but that's how it is. You are still the operant power. So essentially, your specific person is showing up to you the way you dominantly assume them and expect them to show up. If Your dominant story about them is they're not a good communicator. They don't like me. They don't love me. They are a womanizer if they're a man. They don't want commitment. They're not ready for a relationship. Whatever it is, whatever unfavorable scenario, whatever unfavorable story you have given your dominant attention to, that's how they're showing up as. But you have actually decided to give your dominant attention to that. So if you're not sure what your dominant story is about your specific person, there is a very simple way to find out. First of all, when they pop into your mind, when you think about them, observe what you're thinking about them. When your specific person comes to mind, are you mostly thinking that they're not being good to you, they're not treating you nicely, that maybe they don't call you as often as you would like, you don't see them as much as you would like, they prioritize other people and other activities over you and your relationship? Maybe you're dominantly observing the fact that you're in no contact. All these things. Anything unfavorable that you dominantly observe about them is what is going to manifest. And another very easy way to find out what your dominant story is apart from observing your thoughts, obviously, also observe how you talk to others about them, like your best friends. What is, when you have casual conversations with your friends about your specific person, what are the things that you're telling them about them? These things that you tell them are your dominant stories about them. So if you're complaining, if you're bitching and moaning about them, if you keep talking about things you don't like, about your doubts, about your fears, your insecurities, this and that, or how they're showing up in ways you don't like, that is your dominant story right now. The good news is that the dominant story can be changed because you are always the operant power. No matter what, you are always the one who decides where to give their dominant attention. First of all, you need to convince yourself that you are worthy of not only that person, but of all your desires. You are deserving of whoever you want. You can have whatever person you want in your life as your specific person. You can be in a relationship with whoever you want, okay? So first of all, you need to convince yourself of that. You need to convince yourself that you are worthy of your desires, that you are capable of having all your desires, that they are already available to you. And you deserve the best. You deserve the best treatment from others, the best behavior. You deserve for them to show up in the best possible ways for you. But for that to happen, you need to convince yourself of all these things. And you need to show up as that person. You need to feel like that person. You need to embody that person who is deserving of the best treatment from others. And I don't mean here playing hard to get or anything like that. I'm not talking about playing games at all. I'm talking more about just embodying being a high value person. Just embodying being the high value girlfriend, boyfriend, partner that you want to be. Just imagine how it would feel to have that relationship now, to be treated like that, and start walking around and start carrying yourself in that way. That's all I mean. So you don't accept poor behavior, but that doesn't mean you're playing hard to get or anything like that, or playing games. It's just that you are starting to embody that new personality. And at the same time, I've said that in another video as well, you trust your person to be that better version of themselves that you are creating them to be. You trust them to be able and capable and willing of giving you that best treatment, giving you that best behavior, showing up for you in the ways that you want them to show up for you and for your relationship. So you need to start believing that you are worthy of all of these, you are capable, it's all possible for you, it's all available to you. And the only person who needs to give it to you is you yourself, because you are the operant power no matter what. You are always the one who decides what you dominantly observe. So embody that role, embody that part, embody that person, and you will see huge changes in probably a very short time. You will see others reflecting it back to you. You will most likely see your SP changing and reflecting that back to you, because they're always your mirror. They're always reflecting your dominant assumptions back to you, your dominant state. So yeah, all the different versions of reality, including different versions of yourself and different versions of others and different versions of your relationship, are there. They're just waiting for you to choose them and observe them and make them your dominant observation and give them your dominant energy and your dominant attention, and they're going to manifest for you. Just convince yourself that this is the case. Just embody that state and embody that person who is and has and does everything that you want to be and have and do. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I intend that this has helped you. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content, and I love making this content for you, and I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.